Then winter came. My parents had to go out of town for a few days, but they were still nervous about what had happened. Before they left, they gave me a shotgun just in case. We also had a big rot.
Yeah! Yo! Welcome back to another video. Every time I do my intros, it's just kind of, I don't know, like, I just gotta get loose, you feel me? I just gotta get loose. Yo, welcome back to another video. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all doing, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I ate. Did y'all eat? What did you eat? Did you eat, I don't know, spaghetti, meatballs, had a side of, you know, apple juice, shoot, garlic bread on top of that too. I don't know, like, tell me what y'all ate. Tell me what y'all ate. But hey, chat, welcome back to another video. We got another spooky type video. I'm not gonna hold y'all for too long. We're gonna dive right into the react. I just gotta tell y'all real quick, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell button, hit that like button, and we can dive right in, you feel me? Catch y'all at the end of the video, alright? 3 very scary, true, someone's outside horror stories. Chat, have you ever had experience when someone's outside your crib and like it kind of spooked you? I'm not gonna hold you, chat. I'm not gonna get scared of my own household, bro. I know my household. I know every entry point, every exit in my house, bro. If you're trying to threaten me on my own property, nigga, you're gonna die in GTA.
Wow.
Someone outside the horror stories. Story 1, Marty.
When I was 12 years old, my mom had just started trusting me enough to leave me home alone. So this had to be when I was 12. We live in a peaceful and ordinarily...
Chad, when was like the first time your mom left you? Know, like what age did your mom let you out the crib by yourself? For me, I was like 8. Nah, actually, I'm lying. 9. That's when I moved down here. So like 9. Yeah, for me it was 9. But at the same time, when I was 9, I became the nigga of the crib. I became the man of the house. You feel me? So I just did whatever I fucking want as a 9-year-old, bro. Yeah. Then I ran the crib.
safe little town. Quiet. We live in a peaceful and ordinarily safe little town. Quiet streets, spacious yards, friendly neighbors, and a charming little village with a bunch of shops and restaurants. It really is not a place where you need to look over your shoulder at night if you're walking alone or anything like that.
Okay.
It just feels safe.
A cool
which is
suburban.
part of the reason my parents trusted me home alone at such a young
kid.
age. I still live with my parents today in the same house.
Okay.
The night in question, it was a weekend. My parents were leaving me home alone for the night. When we were really little, my grandparents would watch my older sister and I.
Yeah. But
since my sister wasn't home for whatever reason, and since I was kind of old enough to be left alone at that age...
You're 12? What? You be like in middle school, right? Yeah. Would you trust a middle school at home by themselves? I was trusted at home by myself when I was in middle school, so I would say yeah.
Parents decided to just trust me by myself. My parents had us young, so they've always been a bit more active in the sense that they'd often travel or go out on the weekends with their friends.
Right.
They left me some money for pizza for dinner.
Fire.
It was the ideal night for a 12 or 13-year-old. House to myself, video games all night, and pizza for dinner. I used to be obsessed with James Bond video games when I was a kid.
Okay.
So I was playing some game called Nightfire for like my 3rd playthrough
Never
on my
heard
PS2.
of it. Never heard of it.
After I finished the game again, I decided to order the pizza. There was a pizza
Dinner?
place right by our house called Gianni's. It's been closed for years now, but it was one of my family's go-to pizzerias. I ordered a regular pie. At the age of 12, I could easily eat 3 slices by myself. My mom told me to wrap the leftover slices in tinfoil and put them in the fridge. I switched out discs for another video game in the meantime while I waited for the pizza.
Okay.
And when the doorbell finally rang, I hurried downstairs with the $20 bill my parents left me. My mom told me to tip $4.
Okay.
The pizza place was like 3 blocks away, so
I'm not gonna hold y'all, chat. Do y'all be tipping y'all, you know, DoorDash or pizza orders? Fuck no. I'm saying, Chad, do y'all be tipping? Nigga, give me my food and leave. Get the fuck off my property. Get the fuck off my property. I got my shit for free? Oh my God. Too broke for that shit. I be saying I never got my food. Okay. That's smart, Loki. That's smart. That's smart. And then do they say you like your cash back, or it'd be like you can reorder that shit? New tech unlocked.
Honestly, it wasn't a bad tip, especially for the time. The delivery driver was some 30-something-year-old looking guy.
Okay.
Though he looked a little rough. Like he had a really long and gross beard. He also wore glasses and was wearing a black trucker's hat.
Okay.
I gave him the 20 and asked for the specific change. As he handed me the box and counted the change, he looked up at me and then looked past me into the house and said,
"Oh fuck
you
no.
alone here?"
Oh fuck no.
I knew it.
Nah, nigga, my dad's in the back with his shotgun, bitch. Give me my money back.
It was an odd, creepy question, and my parents taught me well about being wary of strangers. I said my parents are on their way home. A stupid answer in retrospect.
Dumbass.
I could have just said no. But I knew he was asking because, first of all, there were no cars in the driveway.
Dumbass.
And the fact that a kid was accepting the pizza at the door instead of an adult.
Dumbass.
After he handed me the change, I closed the door. I ate in the kitchen, probably had 3 slices, and then wrapped up the rest of them and put them in the fridge.
Mind you, chat. When I have my DoorDash, I always make them leave that shit at the door, nigga. So I don't have to tip or do anything. Leave that shit at the door. I don't want no fucking conversation, nigga. Hi, goodbye, fuck that. Leave my shit at the door and leave. There was one time, though, I got mad hot. Because this nigga didn't do that. Cause I watched the nigga drove past my crib and left. I got so hot, bro. I got so hot. I got cameras outside, nigga. I got so hot. Boy, I got so hot. Oh, I got so hot. I was ready to chase the nigga down, bro. I was so ready to chase the fuck nigga down, bro. I was about to hide a... Whoo. Calm down. They don't leave it open. They make me sign the paperwork. I don't know, no. They just drop that bitch off. They drop it off. That's it.
I went back upstairs and played my other James Bond PS2 game, Agent Under Fire.
When I get my own house, I'm having cameras in every corner outside my shit. Facts. Facts. I'm having cameras inside. I'm getting cameras inside the house too. Fuck that shit. Outside and inside.
Probably had 3 slices and then wrapped up the rest of them and put them in the fridge.
Okay.
I went back upstairs and played my other James Bond PS2 game, Agent Under Fire.
So this is a good minute ago, PS2?
Fire, but it was still good. Hours go by of me playing. It was probably 11 o'clock when the doorbell rang. Naturally, thinking it was my parents, I rushed downstairs to the door.
While your parents...
I said through the door,
they got their own keys.
Dad? But an unfamiliar voice on the other side said, "Hey, I need help." They said they need to use a phone. I said, "Who is this?" And he repeated that he just needs to use a phone. I didn't want to peek through the window because, quite honestly, I was scared. I decided to go upstairs and ignore it. I knew from common sense alone that opening that door would be a horrible, horrible idea.
Good shit.
I was walking up the stairs, which are directly in front of the front door, when the man outside banged on the door, and I heard him say, "Wait, please, I need help." What that meant was that he saw me. He was watching through the glass at the top of the door. I turned around, and though it was dark on the front porch, I could still see the outline of the man's head.
Oh, fuck
Though
no.
I couldn't see his eyes, it was obvious that he was staring back at me.
Oh, fuck no.
I ran upstairs and ran to my parents' room.
Fuck
The
no.
only house phone that was upstairs was in my parents' room.
Fuck no.
So I went to the phone immediately and called my mom's cell phone number. I didn't memorize my dad's number at that age.
Right.
My mom picked up the phone, likely under the influence of a few glasses of wine.
Okay.
And then I told her that there's someone at the door asking to come in. This comment likely sobered her up instantly, as I remember her tone shifted dramatically, and she sounded much louder and more concerned. She asked me a few questions. Firstly, if I had answered the man or at all made him aware that I was home.
Oh,
I told the
I'm so
truth
sorry.
and said yes. I asked who it was. My mom's tone grew more and more concerned. She asked me if for any reason someone knew I was there by myself, and I immediately thought of the pizza guy. I told her that the pizza guy asked if I were here alone, And around this time, the doorbell rang 2 more times. I told my mom in a panic, expressing that the guy would not leave.
Call the
told me to
cops!
stay put in their room and keep the bedroom door locked. She said they were calling the police. My mom kept me on the line with her on her phone while they called the police using my dad's phone.
Call the cops!
They had to leave the restaurant they were in to go outside to better be able to communicate. It was a summer night. The windows were all cracked open to let some air into the house. And through my parents' window, I heard the gate on one side of the house leading to the backyard opening. It opened in a very discreet, gentle-sounding way. I told this to my mom, and she kept telling me to just stay quiet, stay in their room, and keep the lights off. I said quietly into the phone, "What if he tries getting in through the den window?" My mom would tell me to just stop talking and wait for the police. She would continue talking into the phone, feeding me updates from the police and their ETA, reminding me also to not talk. I was starting to calm down just a bit when I heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps downstairs. Footsteps of someone inside the house, wandering around. I whispered this in a panic to my mom, and I heard her scream something into the other phone to the police. Probably something along the lines of, "The man is inside the house, hurry up." My mom told me to hide under the bed and wait there. For my 12-year-old self, it was the most horrific, unreal moment of my life.
I bet, nigga.
The only thing keeping me feeling relatively protected was the tiny little lock on my parents' bedroom door. I heard footsteps coming up the stairs. The stairs are by my sister and I's bedroom down the hall. My parents' bedroom is further down. The footsteps faded for a few moments, I'm assuming as the intruder went into our bedrooms, searching. My mom told me the police would force their way in and to not move until they were inside. I heard the footsteps in the hallway coming down this way until they got to the bedroom door, and then they tried pressing down the doorknob only to find it locked. They tried a few times, as if that would somehow magically unlock the door. Then there was a light knocking on the door, but the person on the other side didn't speak a word. They tried the doorknob one more time before I heard the footsteps walk back down the hallway, then down the stairs.
Chad, what's the goal of that? What was the purpose of that knock? Oh, come and open it. Like, fuck no, nigga, get out of my house! Get out!
And they faded away deeper into the house. I did my best not to burst out into tears the entire time. I didn't even whisper anything into the phone because I was too scared to make the slightest sound. My mom finally told me the police were there, but to still stay put. I was expecting to hear them kick down the door, but instead, I just rather suddenly heard multiple heavy footsteps and a man shouting my name, identifying himself as a police officer. I heard them coming up the stairs, and my mom gave me permission to answer them and unlock the door. There were 2 officers upstairs when I opened the door, and 2 more downstairs. They didn't have to kick down the front door because the back door was left completely ajar.
Oh my God.
The back sliding window was also slid completely open,
Oh my
which was
God.
the obvious original entry point. I had to talk with the police and tell them everything that happened, including my suspicion of the pizza guy, with my parents listening in on the phone. They were en route home, and by the time they got back, there were only 2 police officers still at the house.
What the fuck?
With the police report including a note of the pizza guy, they said they'd do their investigation. My parents brought me to Gianni's Pizzeria the next night and asked me to point the guy out if I saw him. When I didn't see him, they asked the manager which employee matched the description of the delivery guy I described.
He said none.
He said that would be Phil, who was currently
Phil.
out doing a delivery.
We got you,
After
Phil.
explaining the whole scenario,
We got you,
he
fuck
said
nigga.
there's no way that would be Phil, and asked us to leave the premises. Long story short, my parents made a big scene in the pizzeria, and they said they would never give them our business again. We went to the car and waited in the parking lot. We waited for almost an hour, and when he never showed up, we left. My parents thought it was because the manager called or texted the employee, which caused him not to show back up, but who knows?
Chad, that's kind of sus, isn't it, bro? Like, the employer is calling his employee, hey, let's let you know. There's some parents and a little kid outside and looking for you. Do not come back. I'm like, I don't know. Because if there was the cops that came to his ass, it'd probably be a whole different situation. But because it was like the parents itself and they're making the whole scene, I feel like they should have brought the cops instead.
My parents contacted a few lawyers who ultimately didn't take the case due to a lack of solid evidence, stating it would be a waste of time, basically.
Damn.
Ultimately, we never did go back to that pizzeria, and it wasn't for a long while after that my parents felt safe leaving me home alone again, simply because of this incident. Ultimately, I do think it was the pizza guy, or at least someone associated with him.
It had to be.
Because who else would have known that I was home alone that night?
It had to be. And the nigga asked. He asked, were you home alone, bro? It had to be. Nigga, who else? It had to be. So I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Being a kid and home alone, it's cool until it hits nighttime, bro. I don't know what was it. Like, I'm not scared of the dark. I was never scared of the dark in my house, chat. But outside the house was a whole completely different story, bro. Like, I hate walking in my house. Like, at night, there's no lights on. Then I used to have the motion detector light in my backyard, and that shit used to go off. And I'd be thinking that there's someone in my backyard. Who the fuck is in my backyard? But it'd be like some type of cat or like a lizard walking on the sensors. So I'd be fucking terrified as a kid, bro. Just trying to grab a bottle of water from the fridge, and I see the backyard light turns on. I'd be terrified, bro. Like, that was terrifying, bro. As a kid, I'm happy I left the house. All right, story 2.
When I was a teenager, my parents and I moved from California to a secluded area in North Idaho.
Right.
My parents had just retired and built their dream home deep in the backcountry. We had no neighbors in sight, just forest. Endless, dense forest that backed right up to national parklands and paper
that part right there is
logging
not
grounds.
fire.
The house was massive. 2 stories, a gym, a full bar and pool room, and a legit movie theater set up in the basement.
The description of the house is fire. Oh my God. Nigga, I don't want to live there. But the fact you have no neighbors and just wood, bro, that's a horror movie right there.
It felt like the kind of house people dream of. Remote, quiet, perfect.
I wouldn't want to live in a remote house.
I was dating my high school girlfriend at the time. One night, while my parents were out on a date downtown, I invited her over to hang out and watch a movie.
Would I live here,
completely alone. I cracked open a beer. I was underage, but figured no one would care.
Excuse me.
We headed down to the movie room to watch Gladiator.
Okay, tough
Everything
movie.
started out normal, but somewhere around the midpoint of the movie, maybe close to midnight, something switched in me. Out of nowhere, I was overwhelmed with this fight or flight feeling. It was like my body sensed something my brain couldn't see.
His spidey sense.
My heart was pounding, and I kept glancing at the uncovered windows behind us that looked out into the pitch black woods. I didn't want to freak out my girlfriend, so I kept it to myself. In fact, things got a little heated between us during the movie.
What the fuck?
But the whole time, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched.
Motherfucker's a superhero.
I didn't know from where, but I knew. After the movie ended, I walked her upstairs and out to her car. The house was dead quiet again. She drove off, and I turned to go back inside. When I remembered, I'd left the bar, pool room, and movie room lights on.
I said something wrong, head ass.
So I went back downstairs. I turned off the lights in the movie room first,
okay,
then paused. My eyes drifted to the large window that looked into the backyard, and that's when I saw him.
What the fuck? Hey!
He looked...
Hey! Y'all didn't see what I saw, bro. Y'all see this random nigga right here, bro? Yo! Hey!
Backyard, and that's when I saw him. Man, he looked homeless. Wild hair, filthy clothes, but what froze me in place was his expression. He had the biggest, creepiest smile I've ever seen, with wide, staring eyes that looked absolutely deranged. And in his hand was a knife. He was gently tapping it on the glass over and over. At first, I thought I was hallucinating. I slowly backed away and went to the bar room to shut off the rest of the lights.
Why?
That room has a sliding glass door that also faces the woods.
Hold on.
Flip the switch.
Hold on. Hey, Tad, let's be for real. My nigga, why are we turning off the lights? He knows you there. He knows you're in the house. So what's the purpose of turning off the lights? You're limiting yourself. You're limiting your vision to fight back. Like that's kind of we started. That's gonna be started, bro. If you think about it. Would have tapped that Gen 5 on the window. Bro, I'm just thinking, but like, why would you do that? Why would you turn off the lights? It just hinders your ability to see him if he comes in the house. Nigga, like you're not slick. I can see you. Like, type shit.
And watched in horror as the man calmly walked from the window to the door, still smiling, still staring. At this point, we were less than a foot apart, just the glass between us. He didn't try to get in. He didn't move at all.
Bro, I'm not gonna let no nigga scare me in my own house, bro. Come inside then, fuck nigga. Come inside. Like, bro, I'll make myself look crazy so he don't fuck with me, cuz. Like, bro, this not sinners, nigga. Come inside. I'm inviting you, bitch. Come inside. Come inside. Like, what the fuck? Nigga standing outside like he waiting for an invite. It's not sinners, nigga. You got your own free will. Come on, nigga. Come on. Nah, bro, I'm throwing hands. You're not gonna scare me outside my own house, bro. Fuck no.
He just watched me. I went upstairs without a word.
Why?
Right then, my parents were walking through the door. I told them I think I need to go to the psych ward or something. I swear, I just saw a guy with a knife watching me outside. My mom went pale. My dad's eyes narrowed, and without a word, he went to the gun safe, grabbed his rifle, and stormed out to check the property. I asked my mom what was going on.
Yeah.
And she said, there have been a few break-ins in the area. A guy wandering through the woods, trying to get into homes. The description you gave matches exactly.
There you go, Dad. Come on,
They didn't
Dad.
find anything. No signs of entry, no footprints,
Man.
just cold black woods. That should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. That night, as I tried to sleep, I could hear a light tapping sound beneath me. My bedroom was on the second floor, directly above the movie room. It sounded like metal gently tapping glass. I tried to convince myself it was nothing.
No,
Tapping
nigga,
lasted
get
for
your ass
hours.
up.
This
Get your
happened
dad,
night
nigga.
after night for weeks. Sometimes it would stop. Sometimes I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and hear it faintly again. I even thought I heard footsteps on the roof one night. I checked the windows, but I never saw anyone. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being stalked, watched. Then winter came. My parents had to go out of town for a few days, but they were
Chad, I never had parents who just like up and dipped, right? Left the state. I never had parents who did that, right? So like I don't know, cuz. First of all, why did the nigga just walk upstairs and left the dude right there? Keep watching his dumb ass. Call your dad. Hey, Dad, come downstairs real quick. I see a man staring at me through the window. Nigga, you could have kept your eyes on him, but you didn't. So this dumb ass was trying to sleep with, knowing a nigga was outside. That's what I'm saying, bruh. And now his parents are gone. Like, scenarios like this, I would teach my son the combination code to the safe that has the gun. like, this in case, hey, son, this is just only for in case a nigga breaks in the house, pop his ass. Like, what the fuck?
Then winter came. My parents had to go out of town for a few days, but they were still nervous about what had happened. Before they left, they gave me a shotgun just in case. We also had a big rot.
Yeah! Yeah! I like that! I like that! Oh, I like that! W parents, what the fuck? W parents! Oh yeah, I'm staying up all night. I'm in that bitch. I'm in that bitch. At the porch, nigga. I'm at the porch, nigga. Come on. Come inside, fuck, nigga. Mm-hmm. Ooh. W parents.
Before they left, they gave me a shotgun just in case.
Yeah.
We also had a big Rottweiler, sweetest dog you'd ever meet, and totally silent, unless something
Nigga
was
kidded.
really
He's
there.
kidded. He got the whole
One night
equipment.
while I was home alone, I heard slow, crunching footsteps in the snow outside, heavy and deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
The dog stood up, ears perked, and began growling low and deep at the front door. Then barking, ferocious, loud, and non-stop. He only ever did that when he saw something real.
Get that
I
book
stayed
out. Get that
silent.
book out.
I didn't want whoever was out there to know I was home. I didn't move. Then came the knock.
You got a
Slow,
shotgun.
hollow,
You have a
and taunting.
shotgun.
I didn't answer. I slept with the shotgun next to me that night. Door locked, blinds drawn, dog at my feet. The next morning, I went outside and saw something that made my stomach drop. Footprints.
Oh, man.
Fresh human footprints circled the entire house. They stopped at every single window, like someone was trying to look in, searching for me. I followed the prints around the property, and they eventually led into the forest. I followed them maybe half a mile.
Chat, would you have the cojones to follow the footprints? It's snowing outside. Would you have the cojones to follow the footprints into the forest, bro? He has no neighbors, by the way. No? He has no neighbors, by the way. He's about to go in the woods by himself with a shotty and a dog. Nigga, if this not a fucking movie, this gotta be a movie, bro. This has to be a movie. I have to call 2 of my niggas, not gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. You can't just be in, you can't just go by yourself, cuz. You're gonna call reinforcements. Make them pull up. Then we about to go.
Before they started to zigzag.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, I would low-key, I would resolve this whole situation, bro. I can't just be in my house terrified that a nigga might break in. I have to fix that shit. I have to fix it. I have to resolve the situation, bro. Fuck it.
Veer off, loop back, like whoever made them was trying to throw me off their trail.
Oh, hell no, he's watching you.
I turned back. Something told me it was a bad idea to keep going. That night, the tapping came back. Louder this time. I knew it was him.
Why is he tapping?
I unlocked my door, grabbed my shotgun, and stepped onto the second-story deck.
Yeah!
I flipped on the fog lights that illuminated the backyard.
Yeah!
There he was. Same man, same smile, same dead eyes. He was holding the knife again.
And what you about to
staring
do?
directly at me, like he could see through me.
And what you about
I
to do?
raised the shotgun.
Yeah.
And shouted, if you don't leave, I'll put one right through you.
Yeah!
He didn't move or flinch.
Shoot him then.
Just stared.
Shoot him. He's not scared. Shoot him.
Grinning. I fired a warning shot into the air. And I finally got a reaction. He staggered a bit.
Yeah!
Slowly backed into the woods.
Yeah!
Facing me. That's when I decided to unleash the dog.
Woo!
I sprinted downstairs, threw open the sliding door, and let him loose.
Yeah! Get his ass, boy!
He bolted into the forest like a black missile, barking and snarling. I've never seen him that aggressive.
Get his ass!
He had a shock collar, so he couldn't go far, but I like to think he chased that guy off for good.
Yeah!
Because after that night, I never saw him
Yeah!
again.
He did this shit. Hey, Chad, clap it up. Hey, clap it up. Hey, clap it up. Hey, he did this shit, boy. Cause I was doing the same thing too. You not gonna keep coming to my house and try to scare my ass, nigga. Fuck no. I'm definitely not. Leave or I will shoot. You think you got balls? You think you got big cojones? Bow, nigga, on the ground right next to his feet. The next one I will not miss, bitch. The next one I will not miss. He think I'm scaring. He's stumbling. I got a fat ass big Rottweiler, bitch. Get his ass, boy. Yeah. Yeah, now you running. Like, bro, I'm crazy, dog. Try to break into my house. You'll find out, bro. I like that story. That shit got me hype. I like that story.
This happened in March of 2022 during spring break.
So 3 years ago.
I was in my second year of college. My friends and I, 6 of us
3 years
total,
ago, chat.
decided to rent a cabin out in South Carolina for a few days.
Okay.
Just to get away from everything. No school, no stress, no phones. It was supposed to be one of those quiet trips where you drink too much, play music too loud,
I don't give a fuck where you at, chat. Bring your phone.
and maybe make some memories you'll laugh about later. There were 4 of us guys, me, Matt, Chris, and Tyler, and 2 girls, Jess and Sarah. We'd all been close since freshman year.
Okay.
The cabin we picked was stupid cheap for its size. 2 stories, a wraparound porch, 2 bathrooms, and listed as being on private land near a lake.
What?
It was way out there, no towns for miles, surrounded by forest. The guy who owned it had a thick accent and seemed kind of off when we talked to him on the phone.
Okay.
All he said was, just don't go wandering too deep into the woods. Some old stuff back there. Wells, busted fences, snakes. You don't want to get turned around. We laughed about it, thought he was just trying to add some spooky southern charm to the trip. But when we got there, it wasn't funny. The drive took forever. GPS gave out.
Chad, are you still going if the owner of the house told you do not wander too far off from the house? Are you still going? Let's be for real. Nigga, are you still trying to go? They have no phones with them. If this not a fucking... I swear, bro. People don't have common sense.
About an hour before we arrived. The last part of the road was just dirt and gravel, barely wide enough for one car. Trees got thicker the closer we got.
Hell no.
When we finally saw the cabin, we all kind of went quiet. It didn't look like the pictures. It was older and dirtier. The windows were dusty, and a few of the shutters were hanging off by the hinges. There was this faint smell outside, like old garbage and wet wood. We brushed it off and made jokes, said it just added character. We unloaded, claimed rooms, and started drinking by 7 p.m. The first night was fun. We grilled outside, cranked music from a Bluetooth speaker, and played some card games.
They still stayed.
By 11, it got cold, so we moved inside. That's when I noticed how dark the woods were. I don't mean just nighttime dark. I mean complete blackness. The porch lights barely lit up more than a few feet, and the trees were so dense it felt like they were pressing in from all sides.
What the fuck?
No bugs, no wind, just total heavy silence. We ended up crashing around 2 a.m. I had one of the rooms on the ground floor, right next to the kitchen. Small and just a bed and a window facing the woods. At around 4:15, I woke up. No reason, just wide awake like someone had poked me. I laid there for a second, heart beating fast. Then I heard it. Tap, tap, tap.
It's the same nigga, bro.
I thought it was the heater at first.
It's the same nigga from the last story.
Steady, non-metallic, non-mechanical. It sounded like fingers.
He just changed states, that's all.
I looked at the window, and there was a man standing there. He was pressed up against the glass, face almost touching it. Pale skin, wild hair, no shirt, just staring in. His mouth hung slightly open like he was breathing through it. His eyes were wide. He didn't blink. He didn't move. He just stood there and tapped, soft and slow, like he was trying to tease me. I felt like my body locked up. Then the tapping got a little faster. I whispered for Matt, who was sleeping on the couch outside my room.
I'm not whispering, nigga. I'm yelling, Matt! Help me!
Help! Help!
I'm not whispering.
I whispered for Matt, who was sleeping on the couch outside my room. I said his name again, louder. He woke up groggy and asked what I wanted. I just pointed. He looked over, saw the man, and immediately jumped up, knocking over the coffee table. That must have scared the guy off, because by the time Matt turned the porch light on and ran outside, he was gone. We all got up. The girls were terrified. Tyler tried to convince everyone it was just some drunk local messing with us. Chris said maybe it was a hunter who got lost, but I knew it was that guy watching me. He wasn't lost. We blocked the doors, moved the couch in front of the big living room window, and took turns staying awake for a few hours. Nothing else happened that night. The next morning, we went outside. There were footprints, bare human footprints circling the entire cabin. They stopped at every window, every single one, even the little one above the upstairs shower. That should have been it. We should have left.
And y'all didn't.
We were dumb and stubborn, and we stayed.
They're in college, by the way.
Started the same. Drinks, music, fire pit, but the energy was different. Everyone kept glancing at the woods. Jess didn't drink, and Chris kept his hunting knife on his belt.
Yeah?
When we finally went inside, we locked every window and double-checked the doors.
Okay, good shit.
Around 3:30 a.m., Matt went to the kitchen for water. He stopped in the hallway and called my name. I got up and saw him standing there, pointing. There was someone in the kitchen, the man from before, but this time he was inside, naked.
This freaky ass nigga, bro. Think about it, chat. You in the cabin, in the middle of the woods. The night before, you seen a nigga watching you through the window. You called your best friend or your friend, whatever, to wake his ass up. He ran into the woods. He ran into the woods. Now, the next night, nigga in your house, in the cabin, nigga butt ass naked in the kitchen, and your friend calls you in this point. This is not a fucking Scooby-Doo show, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Y'all didn't bring no fucking guns. Why you go in the woods with no guns, nigga? Explain. You got a knife. What the fuck? That's close quarters. The kid in the last story had the fucking buck shotgun and a dog.
His back was to us, covered in long, raw-looking scratches. He was standing in front of the fridge, staring at it like he didn't know what it was. He made this slow, swaying motion like he was rocking on his feet. Nat didn't speak. He just backed up. We all gathered silently at the hallway entrance. I had a pocket knife. Sarah had the fire poker. Chris grabbed one of the chair legs he'd snapped earlier, trying to be funny. We turned on the light, and the man was gone. The back door was wide open, but it wasn't broken. It wasn't forced. It was just open. We left 20 minutes later. No one argued. We packed only the basics, wallets, keys, phones, and drove through the woods until we had enough signal to call the sheriff. When we met the deputy at a diner off the highway, he didn't look surprised at all. He asked if anyone was hurt, then said, "Yeah, we've had some trouble with folks squatting up in those woods. Not always right in the head." We tried to explain it wasn't just some homeless guy. This man watched us, came back 2 nights in a row, and had a key or somehow got inside. The deputy just nodded like he'd heard it before.
What?
When we mentioned the owner, his face almost implied that he knew the guy. The listing disappeared a few days later, completely wiped from every rental site. We never got answers, never got a call. We never even got our deposit back. But that face, the way he looked at me through the window, I still see it sometimes when I wake up at night. We don't talk about that trip much anymore. But as far as I know, none of us have been back to South Carolina since.
They all went to grab weapons, and when they went out to turn on the lights, the nigga was not there. But no, that was the owner of the house. It had to be. It had to be the owner of the house. It had to be, bro. It had to be. He was living off in like a shed or something. He was about to do something crazy, boy. He was in the kitchen butt ass naked. He was about to do something crazy. Hell no. And the sheriff kind of knew about it too. See, that's the shit that kind of like, I don't know, fucks with my head, bro. If cops know about something's going on and they still don't do nothing to stop it, all 3 of these stories can be horror movies. Like a cool little short, like a cool little movie short. That was fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. These are one of my worst fears ever. There's somebody being outside my house, bro, without my knowledge. You feel me? Without my permission to be on my property. But at the same time, though, I will never let somebody disrespect me in my own house. You feel me? Trying to break in. Cause look, I promise you, I will put you in the truck hold, and there's no tap outs. Promise you. But hey, chat, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Love, safety, God bless. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Thank you for watching.
God, what the fuck, Odie?